In almost every cases, doing L and U moves is way better than rotating and using your right hand to solve the pair. Like this case, it is better to do this rather than rotating like that and doing the stuff using your right hand. If the edge is misoriented, almost always it is better to rotate and solve the pair. But there are certain scenarios where doing RU and F moves is way better than doing LU moves or rotating and solving the pair. Hey cubing gang, it's your boss, the Cuber. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm gonna show you some cases where doing RU and F moves is very applicable and you can use it to avoid LU moves or doing rotations. Let's start with the most basic case first. Here we have a simple 3-move insert but the edge is misoriented. It is fine to rotate and solve the pair like that or like this, but in my opinion, it is better to solve this using FU moves, so like this. And I recommend using your thumb to do the F, then you push like that and F prime, again using your thumb. But doing the F moves using your index finger is okay. Similar to the previous case, if you have this built pair, you want to do FU moves to insert that pair. Of course, if you know winter variation, you can just rotate and do the winter variation algorithm. If you are facing this side and you have this 3-move insert, instead of rotating and solving the pair like that, you can just do wide F, R, F prime. Now if you have a built pair and you are facing on this side, you can just do wide F, R prime, wide F prime. Alternatively, if you are facing on this side and you want to solve this pair, you can do this, which is just a BLS algorithm. Here we are solving this pair. Instead of pairing them up like that, you can do a D, insert this corner to this position like that. Once we align the cross, we will solve this pair. In this case, we are solving the blue and red pair. Here is the corner and here its partner edge. Instead of rotating and doing sledgehammer like that, which involves LU F moves, we can just do this: R prime F, R2, U prime, R prime, U2, F prime. Again, we are solving the FL slot. This edge is misoriented, it needs to go here. What we can do is this. By the way, these tricks are very useful when your 2 back slots were solved. Here is the next case. Again, we will solve the FL slot. Here is the pair and what we will do here is pair them up and insert using F moves. Here is the next case. So this pair, you will do it like this, faster. Here is the next case as well as its algorithm. We will finger trick it like this: F, U2, F prime. In this case, you can use the wide L trick, but if they are facing on this direction, you can just simply pair them up and do F, U2, F prime. And here is the algorithm for the wide L trick that I am talking about. Here is the next case. I personally don't like the RUF algorithm for this case. If I got this case, I will just do the L wide U algorithm. If you really want the RUF algorithm, then it goes like this. Or you can just take them out, and if you get this case and this edge is misoriented and you want to preserve the oriented edges, instead of rotating like this or like this, you can do either of these algorithms. The first one is just F, sexy move F prime, then sledgehammer. The last algorithm is like this, hedge slammer, pair up the pair, sledgehammer. I already showed these cases on this video, but I will show to you guys it again. To force RUF moves on this case, you will just do this. And in this case, similarly, you will just do F and solve the pair. Before we move on to the more advanced part of this video, if you want to learn these tricks, then you should not be misorienting the FR edge or the next pair you will be solving. For example, in this case, we will pair this FL pair, then we will insert it like so, but the next edge is misoriented. That means we need to rotate to solve it. So in this case, it is not good to use the RUF trick that I showed. It is better to solve this pair, rotate and solve this pair, and move on to the next pair. A great way to force RU turning is by learning FRUF prime. This technique works when you have BL FR slot solved or you have two back pairs solved. Let's take a look at the diagonal case first. What you will do is do that to make this pseudo block, and by the way, the BR edge must be oriented. Then you will solve the BR, then the FL. If your BL is solved and you have this pair and you want to do FRUF prime, instead of inserting this pair and doing F, you can just do R prime FR and solve the BR and FL. But you will not always have BR edge oriented, so if you have this pair, what you can do is R prime, put this edge on the front face, then FR to orient the edge. Now let's take a look at the FR to FL multi-slotting using FRUF prime. In order to do this, you should always have FR build pair. You will just do this and solve the FL. If you are solving a pair on the left and the edge is oriented, then the best option is to do LU moves. But if the edge is misoriented, like these scenarios, it is better to use RU and F moves. So these are all the cases that doing RU and F moves is worth it in solving the front left slot. I hope you guys found this video helpful and enjoyable. Thank you all for watching. Again, this is your boss, the Perfect Cuber. See you all next time. Keep safe, guys.